you guys have any time around the Olympics just to talk? Because he had already signed with the Spurs by then, just to kind of talk about the
Yeah,
Spurs.
not
And,
really. We played Spain in a practice game before, and we went out on the court for the jump ball, and we kind of gave each other five before the game, and like looked at each other again, and was like, "Oh, yeah, we're teammates now," and gave a hug. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of time.
Do you have a sense, based on just his game, how he might fit in with the starting five?
Oh, 100%, yeah. Obviously, he's been in the league around. He's been around the league for a long time. He's a very smart player, and I think he's the type of player that can adapt to the system and. Obviously, with his passing game, be able to be really effective for us in multiple aspects, especially that, yeah.
And what are the early practices like without Tim? And he's not having his presence around here.
Yeah, it's obviously different, I guess. But I think the onus is up to the rest of the guys that have been here for a while now to be able to follow in his legacy that he's built here, you know. He set the bar, the standard very high for us, and for us to make him walk away from this very comfortably, it's to know that we've got this and we can lead everyone else and lead everyone in the right way and right path, to know that this is the Spurs culture and this is what he had built for so long. So the first few practices is all about getting everyone to buy into the system, buy into the culture and this organisation, and let them know what this Spurs culture is all about. Yeah.
Aside from on the floor, what do you miss most about Tim?
To be honest, it's all the off the court stuff that a lot of people don't get to see. It's that bond. It's those jokes over meals or on the bus or at the hotel. Those types of things that a lot of people don't get to see. He's definitely a character guy, and that's the life, I guess, that he can create around him that made him such a great bloke. Yeah.
How do you think your Olympic performance could carry over into this year?
Yeah, I think it's crucial for me to have that transition into here, and I think it's just working out me growing as a player, growing as a point guard, and understanding my strengths and what the best way is to fit into this team for us to be a better group, And I think what I've learned from Tim especially, and obviously being with the national team, is my leadership abilities and skills. And the first practice here today at training camp has been able to lead the younger guys and lead the newer guys to understand this system. So it's definitely a challenge, but a fun one that I'm definitely excited to get on with.
Every year that he's been here, you guys have seen Kawhi take another step year by year, add something to his game. Last year, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Where does he have to go? Where does he have left to go this year? Where can he make a jump?
He's learning to mold all of those things together, and to be great at all of those aspects. I think that's his mindset, and you can see in the way he walks around, the way he steps out onto the floor. He doesn't want to be just the defensive player of the year or just the best three-point shooter or whatever. He wants to be a great player all round, and he definitely has the ability to do that.
He's never been a super talkative guy, but are you at least seeing him be a little more vocal, a little more just talkative?
Yeah, to me, he's been talkative since the get-go, and I guess that's just personnel and getting to know people on different levels. But he's Kawhi, and he shouldn't change for anyone. But he's definitely getting a little bit more talkative, I guess.
Did you see the videos of him in the Indy car going?
I saw photos. I didn't see it. Yeah.
Does that kind of make your heart stop a little bit?
Yeah, probably made him talk a little bit after that too.
I know it's just one practice, but any of the newcomers sort of jump out and make you say, "Whoa, this guy has something"?
I guess it's hard with the first practice, first day. It's all a learning curve for everyone. So this is not a sprint. This is not to rush into anything. It's just to understand this whole process and how. What the coaches expect of you and vice versa, but it's just a learning process now. So I can tell you all of the new guys and the younger guys have great listening skills, that's for sure.
What are your thoughts on this bench that you're a part of? It's kind of remade, you and Manu, and then a lot of new faces in there to get used to.
Yeah, it is. It's like I said, it's a challenge, but for us it's to be able to get group onto the same page. So we all understand and know what we expect out of each other. But just from the first practice, it's an exciting group. I think we can. You just get everyone on the same page and learn the offense, learn the defense, and we go from there. But it's exciting.
It seemed like with that group the last couple of years, there was almost some ESP between you guys having played together for so long. Is that possible to replicate at all when you have so many new faces?
I think so. I think it's time, and obviously that past bench group, had a connection, but it took time for us to get that as well. So it's all about time and getting used to playing with each other.
You had a tough playoff series in Salt Lake City. How do you bounce back from that?
Oh, there's many different ways, but that's definitely something that still burns inside of me now, not knowing that we didn't bring it and we didn't get to move on. So it's been burning all summer. I put a little bit of that fire into the Olympic campaign and now into this. But they're all learning curves, I think, and we get through this training camp and look back to see what we could do better and what we can strengthen. But it's definitely something that doesn't go unforgotten for sure.
What went wrong for you?
There was a lot of things that went wrong, but it's it's the playoffs, and I think for them they just came out a lot stronger, harder, and smarter than what we did. And you got to be ready for that. It's the playoffs, and if you get down to the nitty gritty things, it's NBA playoffs. Yeah.
Different feeling for you not having Boris around, the guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's always going to be different not having him around, but we'll see him a couple of times during the year. But like I said, I think it's a great opportunity for us as leaders that have been here for a few years now to be able to lead these groups now that guys like that are not here. But we'll definitely miss them. Yeah.
What do you think Kyle and Jonathan are going to provide? Obviously, they're probably going to be called upon more.
Yeah, I think that transition between the newer, younger guys and the guys that have been here for a while. They've been here for a little bit now. They know the system. They know what's expected of them. And I think they're the type of players that they're combining their smarts, their basketball IQ with their talent, which is not easy to do, but they're getting the gist of that. And once they do, they'll both succeed, and they both have the potential to do both of that. So just like Kawhi, I think those guys are fun to be able to watch their development and see how far they can go.
Is there a difference for you personally between what you're asked to do in an Olympic setting and what you're asked to do in a Spurs setting?
Yeah, it's definitely different, and I've learnt that over the years. But that's, I guess, a professional player of being able to adapt and adjust on the fly. And this is just another example. But in saying that, you can't forget who you are as a player and what your strengths are to bring to this team. But it's interesting how you can make the puzzle fit, I guess.
So how is it different, if you could put that in a
I think with the national team, I'm just more of I'm a leader, a point guard, and I guess it's a different culture in that sense. With the Australian team, it comes more naturally. This Spurs culture definitely is heading in that direction. Obviously, with these newer and younger guys, we've got to try and get around them a bit more. But I think that's what the Spurs culture is all about, having that that attitude, I guess, of team and togetherness, and understanding that this group has to move forward together, and not any pieces left out.